Hi, we're joined by Quentin Hardy. He is head of editorial at Google Cloud. Quentin, thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here.
What made you jump ship, so to speak, from mainstream media to becoming, to writing for a private company?
Well, I was a technology writer for a number of years, actually a couple of decades, at the Wall Street Journal and at Forbes and at the New York Times. And I got more and more interested in large-scale systems and the way they affect culture and society, work, a number of sort of large-scale issues. And I found I was writing in particular about cloud computing because I think cloud is the kind of powerful technology that reshapes the society, that really shifts things. Sort of the way the printing press did or photography did. In this case, it is at the core of a movement to put large-scale computational power at every point on the planet, to create a kind of awareness of processes in nature and society that we never had before. And I was writing about that inside various papers, and I was speaking about that. And I knew the head of cloud, and she asked me to come bring those analytic skills into the cloud and write white papers. I have a newsletter. I do very much some traditional journalistic things, some traditional corporate things inside the cloud, all with the aim of using those analytic and narrative capabilities to explain to people what's happening in this world and how quickly it's happening.
Actually, let's talk a little bit about that space right now. We've got Google, we've got Microsoft Azure, we've got Amazon. I mean, what is the cloud computing landscape?
And you can also throw in a couple of Chinese companies if you want. Right.
Please do, and let's give us a sense of the landscape right now and who are the leaders.
Okay, let's put it in really big terms. What you've got here are probably no more than a dozen companies, each with computers the size of the planet, contending to have customers who are everything from individuals building businesses to individuals with hundreds or thousands or millions of customers, or large-scale multinationals and governments who use these cloud computing systems because they are cheaper, they are more flexible, they are easy to build software on, you can create 3D models on them, you can create artificial reality and virtual reality inside them, you can do all sorts of things in them cheaper and more flexible than you possibly could by buying and running your own computers.
Who do you think is the market leader?
Well, let's slice that different ways. In terms of revenues, it's Amazon, no question, and kudos to those guys. They followed a signal in 2007 and they just built on that. In terms of fast follower, I think Microsoft did a great job. In terms of technology, we're far and away. I mean, I made my choice for a reason. Google built many of the core cloud technologies, and it is built around how cloud works in a way the others aren't. And it is bringing those now to other customers. And that just gives it a sensibility about how to build and how to engineer and how to think about how these processes work that is going to be invaluable over the longer competition.
Can you give us a sense of the challenges in terms of where the space is headed? What are some of the challenges that we're going to face coming into these large companies competing against?
I mean, if you want, you can get up in the morning and just worry challenges all day. There are regulatory challenges.
You have
there are market challenges.
stepped on the corporate side here.
No, that's the journalist side. What can go wrong? Like that's what journalists do all day. Is like worry about what can go wrong. The corporate side is to say a shiny, effortless world awaits us. I kind of straddle both. I think great things can happen, but there's going to be a struggle. And your question was, what can go wrong in cloud computing? Well, I think cloud is more secure. Boy, if I'm wrong, that's a problem right away. I mean, large state actors are trying to crack these things. So far they can't. I don't think they can. I don't think they're interested in it long term. That's a big worry, right? Massive outages could be a big worry. No sign yet. You could make a case individuals are worse. And then there are the social ramifications of any big change. The printing press caused social disruption. Photography caused social disruption. Film causes social disruption. Historically, any new big technology, particularly one involving communications, can be disruptive to a society. And you asked me, why did I choose to come over to Google from journalism? I am trying to explain to the world what cloud computing is about so that people, and the people who will take cloud computing, can see themselves having a future in it in order to try and limit the disruption that can happen, to give people the opportunity to understand how to engage with this. And if you get that, you have less chance of a rough outcome.
And there you have it, Quentin Hardy, Head of Editorial at Google Cloud. Thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure.